Hello, this is the 357, and I'm the host, William Spear. This episode of It Suits Her is coming from a dark and cold street in front of Smart Style's tailoring shop in Flemington, New Jersey. Celia has been fired, and Maxie has missed his audition. Also, Maxie has admitted his drinking problem, but he assured Celia he hadn't had one in 5 years, 6 months, 2 weeks, 1 day, and 17, or rather, as she would later correct, 18 minutes. And as they stand there, they are joined by a voice that means nothing to her, but a world of failures to him. How does he handle this? Stay tuned for episode 14 of It Suits Her. Maxie winced at the voice. The auditions are over, aren't they? The voice responded, Yes, Max. The auditions are over. Who's your friend? Celia, the friend, offered to step away, but Maxie stopped her. No, please stay. Maxie turned for the introduction. This is Celia Court. Her friends call her Seal, and Seal, he turned to her, this is Tony Marks. Pleasure to meet you, nodded Tony. Celia echoed his words. Tony stared at Max, neither disappointed nor angry. We waited for you. What happened? Maxie played the role as he had so many times before. The shop was closed when I got there. Seal argued with the owner to reopen, but he wouldn't listen. Celia interrupted. That's not exactly. Maxie cut her off. Finally, he got to my suit, and when I pointed out that his tailoring wasn't acceptable, he blamed Miss Court. That's shocking, said Tony. Well, as if that isn't enough, Maxie went on, he fired her on my account. Celia tried explaining again. What really happened was, this time Tony cut her off. That's unfortunate. Maxie continued. On top of that, she's studying at university to be president of her own global business. He was building to his crescendo. Wow, she must be smart, was Tony's response. Maxie closed in to ask a favor. So even though I missed the auditions, and you're probably sore at me, and I caused her to lose her job, do you know of any possibilities of any positions that might be opening up for her? Tony looked back and forth between them and finally said there was an assistant job opening on Monday. Celia was overwhelmed. That's incredible. Thank you, Mr. Marks. Maxie was skeptical. Hold the phone. I want to interview her new employer. It would be one-sided, Tony admitted. Maxie was confused. She's your assistant, said Tony. Maxie's confusion doubled. My assistant? Tony congratulated Maxie on getting the part and explained he heard the shop owner fire Celia. You took the blame and spun a nice little fable for me. I'm not much of an actor if I can't fool you, Tony. Maybe, but you're more of a gentleman than you were in the terminus. We start rehearsals Monday morning at 9 a.m., and I'll see you there. You too, Miss Court. Seal. Maxie could not thank Tony enough and offered to buy dinner. Tony wondered if he meant Nick's place. I'll personally ask Nick to serve us, Maxie said, and added it would be like old times. Tempting offer, Max, but I have to decline. Last-minute negotiations. But you go without a drink for another 5 years, 6 months, 2 weeks, 1 day, and 18 minutes, and Celia announced it was now 21 minutes, approximately. Tony accepted her correction. And 21 minutes, and then I'll buy you dinner. They shook hands, and Tony asked him where he had been lately. Performing here and there. I had a gig earlier tonight, said Maxie. Tony added he hadn't seen his name anywhere, and Maxie offered to tell him later. Fair enough, said Tony, and as he walked away, he paused, looked over his shoulder, and added, I'll see you both on Monday. And Maxie, welcome back. He disappeared into the cold and dark. You've just listened to episode 14 of It Suits Her. Series theme is through the courtesy of Michael Cobran. Theme for Standing in the Cold is by Soul Prod Music. Both are at Pixabay. The 357 is written and produced by William Spear. Thank you for listening, and congratulations, Celia, on your new job. And Maxie, like Tony said, welcome back. I wonder what happens next.